This, of course, for telling us what we really wanted. But will you want this? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here on a very windy day today. We're outside an iconic hotel here in London. I saw it on TV the other day. I don't know if you do this, but when you watch films and you see them outside places and you think, gosh, I remember that. This movie was called Three Hats for Lisa, and it starred Joe Brown amongst many other famous 60s stars. And there they were, all young, jumping around over walls, and I was thinking, wonder if you could do that now, Joe. No, Joe, quite well. Still a brilliant musician, still a brilliant performer. And of course, this hotel is still going strong today. A little bit like this particular lady who we're going to tell you about. She's one of my all-time favourite pop stars because she's nice. And that really takes a lot in pop. You know, there's quite a few that are like that. But Mel C, formerly of the Spice Girls, is truly a down-to-earth, fresh-faced Liverpudlian. You just know where you stand with her. Now Mel, if you're a Spice Girls fan, you will want to know this. She's just signed a mega deal to release her first autobiography in the September of this year. And apparently, as usual with all of these things, it's going to beat warts and all. I actually think this will be a fascinating story because even if you weren't a fan of the Spice Girls, what you have to appreciate is the achievement that they did in a non-social media world to take over the world for a very short period with their very catchy songs like Wannabe, Stop Right Now and Too Much. Of course, lots of people focused on the fact that Mel C was in fact one of the strongest singers, shall we say, but I have a soft spot for all the girls, Ginger, Mel B, Posh Spice, Baby Spice, who've all gone on to have individual careers. You have to admire them, you know. Not many pop stars can do that 25 years after breaking into the charts. What's interesting with Mel though is she's had her own personal issues, as has everybody, and she wants to share them with the world. I think her particular story indeed will be interesting because she had the most success as a solo star also. And as ever, as we often say here on the show, when you sign a book deal, they want some revelations. They'll want to know about the catfights, the sacking of their one-time manager Simon Fuller, and exactly who turned them down when they were trying to get going in the middle of their careers, or their start, should I say, of their careers. My association with the Spice Girls goes right back because I was working for a record company at the time, and yes, they were one of the record companies that turned down the girls. They didn't think they had star power. Interesting, isn't it? Because when you look back at so many bands that were turned down or in fact just dismissed, they go on to have a lot more success than the ones that these so-called A&R people decide that you and me should like. As ever, as I say, if you're a Spice Girls fan, look out for this from September onwards, and when I know more, as ever, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.